What is up, guys? In today's video, we're going to be spectating random players in Fortnite Zero Build, going over what I think they do well, what they could do differently, and just the state of the game right now. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, find it helpful, informative, or interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like some more. Comment down below what your favorite change is with all the new Zero Build changes that came in with the Overwatch update, and if you guys would like to use my code in the shop when getting anything, it is Evolve Jake, just like my channel name is, and it is underneath the webcam at all times. So I'm trying to find somebody here at Squibbly Shore. I figured there'd be a good amount of people landing here because it's the first POI on the map, and we could just splat onto the ground next to this person and be left with 1 HP. So we're going to be placing 100th and be spectating a Butch, I believe this person's name is. Uchi Pavo. But yeah, there's a lot of changes with this update. The free fall is one of them. You can now drop from your glider. You're no longer stuck in glider lock. And normally what you would want to do is pull your glider before you hit the ground. But that's what happens if you don't pull your glider. So this player gets the free elimination on me. There's an AI on him in here, so this is going to be a free kill. There's also a lot of fish in here, so normally you're going to be able to get full shield really quickly by landing at this conveyor belt. And then hopefully get some vendetta floppers as well, because those can be incredibly helpful in the early game. And then the bounty board is right here as well, which helps a lot because you can purchase items from it. They sell the mythic 7 power gloves right now. It's very expensive at 100. But there's also the heal slot there, which sells good healing items and potentially overdrive grenades. And also the weapon slot has a chance to spawn the tracer pistol. So these bounty boards are a great source of mobility right now. If you are struggling to get mobility at all, those are definitely going to be what you want to hit up. Also, we have the shockwave pocket item. So even if you are struggling to get mobility, you're going to be starting off with a guaranteed mobility item. And that can be really helpful in early game situations where you don't get mobility. Unfortunately, this jelly hits him really hard, and this is probably going to be the end of the game for him. They rewound with tracer pistols, and they're going to be right behind him. Okay, nice. He reacted to that well. I don't think he reacted to it, like... I don't think he knew that they were going to be exactly right there, but a lot of people get thrown off by the tracer rewind, and if they were thrown off by it, like the jelly being directly behind him, might have made that a situation where the jelly could get the kill, because you saw he was only at like 50 HP, no shield, no overshield. So the jelly could have hit that final pump shot to kill him, but it just didn't work out for them, unfortunately. And that is one of the aspects of the tracer pistols that I feel like can be really good, the rewind effect, but it can also get you in a lot of trouble. I think just because it's new and people aren't the most comfortable with it, I run into some players that just like rewind at the most questionable times, or when they're in like they just rewind into my face and I eliminate them. But there's definitely some unique plays you can pull off with that. And he got mobility from that fight as well. He has gloves now. Overdrive nades, heals. He's in a really good situation now. Interested to see... I was going to say, I'm interested to see if he's going to take the Overwatch pistols from the person he eliminated, but he just got them from that chest and also didn't take them. So I guess he doesn't want to use the Overwatch pistols. I don't like them so much as a gun, but the mobility aspect of them is incredible. And then, like I said, the rewind you can pull off some like trick plays with. But even if you don't ever use the rewind, just the dashes that the pistol can offer you is really good mobility for traveling the map and fighting and resetting fights and getting away and chasing enemies. Like it solves a lot of what you would want as a mobility item. Some players don't like the fact that it puts you in first person can be kind of disorienting in a fight going between first and third, and that's kind of why I don't like it as much as a gun. Like I wouldn't want to shoot my pump and then swap to that, you know, and then try to spray and then swap back to the pump. But just as a mobility aspect or mobility item, I think it is quite good. And then if you like the gun aspect, that's, you know, just the icing on the cake. I don't know if this player got a bounty or not. I'm still sad that on Spectator we can't see the, you know, if they have a rivalry going in the circle for it. I'm guessing they do have a rivalry because this is like kind of a weird area to like rotate to. Oh, yep. Person's in here with gloves. I would just want to not go in this building at all, but their gloves are mostly on cooldown. And so now might be an okay time to fight them. There's actually an AI. But anybody that's indoors this season, if you're just like outside the building with no damage on them and they're like hiding in the building, it is such a scuffed fight to push into, because the 7 power gloves just uppercut spam can be really just stupid to play against. Like you just get uppercutted once and then you kind of can't play the game in those situations. I guess the rewind would work. You could kind of dash in there with the pistols and then rewind out. But also the Chaos Reloader shotgun just hits so hard in a single shot. So like, this is a season with an incredible amount of mobility, and it can play really quick. But also, it's a season that rats are very dangerous. And so most of the time, just letting the rats rat is going to be the best thing you could do. I'm not really sure what this player wants to do at this point. Put his car back. Pretty sure he picked up another bounty. There's shots nearby. I would want to be third partying that, but I think he's most concerned about a bounty or something. Like, I don't know why he's going back this way. I'm guessing like they have the circle over here. But the reason why I would want to go third party that is because you hear those shots over there. You know those players are fighting. You have an idea of where they are. And that opening of like advantage you have on them is going to fade. That fight's going to be over. Somebody's going to heal up and get away. And then they're not going to be there anymore. But if you have a rivalry on somebody over here, that indicator of where the rival is isn't really going anywhere. So like you have information on both groups. You have an information on the people fighting, and then you have information on your rival. But the rival is going to stay marked for you for a longer period of time than that fight is going to go on. And so that's why I would want a third party to fight and then just deal with the rival afterwards. Unless they were like really on me. And, you know, maybe if they had a lot of rivalries done, that would maybe contribute to it as well. Not that that's always the most relevant information. Like, it's not like if somebody's done 1,000 rivalries, they're automatically a really good player. But there's someone who clearly plays a lot. And so I would perceive them as more of a threat than someone who's like really low ranked rivalry. Not really sure what this guy's doing. I think he's maybe trying to repair the car. But he just got this car. Okay. This is bad for him. Very bad. He's dead. He got uppercutted, but the tree kind of like protects him a little bit. He didn't get put into the air. Okay. But yeah, the reason why I knew that fight was over for him is because the pistol has a really small magazine. And so when that car is driving at him and he's just unloading on the car and getting no damage, he's going to be playing that fight out with a pistol with half mag versus somebody who probably has a full mag weapon. And then the player got out of the car and pumped him really good. But if you're just going to stand there and let a car drive at you, you need to get damage on them and potentially the kill. But you want to have so much damage on that person that the fight absolutely sucks for them by the time they get to you. And it was kind of like the opposite there for him. He did no damage to them at all. And if you're using the pistol, having a fight start where your pistol is mostly empty already is like absolutely a problem for you. Okay. I was going to say, I'm guessing he has a rivalry on somebody and then thinks they're in that bush. He's going to uppercut it. Yeah, he knows they're in here, but he's going to go into the bush and uppercut it. Unfortunately, he took a lot of damage. And so it's like the opposite of the previous fight. And yeah, there's just not too much that can be done after that. That's like the complete opposite. First fight, he pushes. The guy doesn't do any damage to him at all. And so that just like very aggro playstyle goes his way. But right there, we see the exact opposite of it, where he goes for a push. I kind of understand what he was trying to do. Like, I probably would have done the same thing. I think this person was his rival, and he knew they were in that bush, or maybe he heard them in the bush or something. And so he wants to push in there. And with the power gloves this season, you can just uppercut them out of the bush. And usually that's a fight that hard favors the aggressor. But this lady just did so much damage that not too much that could be done. She gets shot in the back here. She has no heals, but she does have a lot of mobility. So she's going to hope to reset this fight and then try to find heals later on. The player that died to this lady, one thing that might have been helpful to them is if they had the tracer pistols, they maybe could have gone for a rewind after they took a bunch of damage. And this player could maybe use the rewind aspect here as well. If this person over chases him, he could rewind and then completely switch direction. But I think he's going to go for the roof. Maybe not. Especially if you like lead the person chasing you off of some natural terrain. Like if you jump off a mountain and they're chasing, like you're going to get far off that shockwave. And then if you like rewind back up the mountain, that could be like a way to lose people. But he's going to be able to buy heals here. With the amount of vending machines around the map and the rivalry boards around the map, there's pretty much always going to be heals that you can buy. But one of the main problems with this playstyle would just be like running out of mobility. But there's so much mobility in the loot pool that's regenerative right now that it works out really well. The 7 power gloves have so many uses. pocket shockwave. The tracer pistols are completely rechargeable. I mean, in that bush. That's going to be a fight that he could third party, I think. Or maybe not. Are they chasing him? Yeah, they're fighting. I would want to third party that. It seems like he's more concerned about getting this contract. I don't really know why. Maybe that fight stalled out, though. There's only 3 enemies left. So anytime a fight happens right now, if 2 people are fighting and you third party that and clean it up, it's now 1v1. Like, all these kills help you win the game so much. Also, there was a scanner device over here as well. When the player died in the bush, he could have maybe shot that at the bush as well and then played for shots. But I don't dislike being overly aggro on the bush with the 7 power gloves. It just so happened that he got full beamed. So his tracer pistols have no dashes right now, and that could be a huge problem for him. If he swaps away from them without them recharging, we'll see if it actually recharges while he's in the air. That would be convenient. Oh, it did. Okay. But if you overly use these pistols and then swap away from it without the dashes being charged and then try to go back to them, they're not going to be charged. They only recharge when you have it equipped. That fight happened. I don't think he's going to get decent timing on... Oh, maybe he is. Okay. Now it's a 1v1. Or no. The guy thirsted his knock. It was knock body. Okay. I thought he was going to be late on this. We don't see damage numbers, so we don't really see how much damage he did there. But I was going to say, I think you probably just let this person go, but maybe he can actually get the kill. He should have the ability to out-chase anybody running from him with all this mobility, unless he doesn't have tracer pistol uses. That's unfortunate. And that's like this is like a type of situation where you can really grief yourself with the tracer guns, because he's been using all his mobility to chase this guy and hasn't had time for it to recharge because the fight hasn't ended yet. And so if this fight ends and then he immediately gets hopped on, his tracer guns aren't going to be ready to go. And so we'll see here. Like right now you want to heal up, but you also want to recharge your tracer gun. So it's like kind of a weird catch-22. This guy's on him. Luckily, he dropped the tracer guns for the staff. I think that was actually good. I don't know if his shotgun should be loaded. It's chaos. And this will be the kill. GG's. That's over. The reason why I said him dropping the tracer pistols for the staff was good was because of the fact that, like, what I was talking about with the pistol dashes. So if he dropped his staff or his like gloves for the healing item and then went to heal and still had the tracer pistols in his inventory with no dashes, then he'd be down a mobility item, right? But he dropped the mobility item that is basically useless right now anyways to heal. It's not going to recharge while he's healing. So if a fight does happen, he at least still has like all the mobility items. And then you saw once he healed up, he took them again. But it didn't really matter. That fight was just really easy win. Uppercut, chaos, shotgun, GG's. The guy was too late on third partying. If they were faster on third partying, then that would have been a pretty bad situation for this lady. They just used a lot of mobility. A lot of their guns needed to be reloaded. They were somewhat weak, but the third party just wasn't quick enough. But that is going to be it for this video. As always, if you guys did find this to be helpful, informative, or interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you would like to see more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.